I never thought that I would become bedbound at the age of 25. In December of 2023, I became bedbound following a viral infection and a period of intense stress. I went from being active to spending most of my last 2 years in bed, requiring help with basic tasks and relearning how to walk. Through this awful experience, I've learned some important things. Firstly, energy is more important than time. I used to always say, I wish I had more time, if I had more time than this, etc., etc. If you don't have the energy to do things, time becomes a prison. You just wait for the next day to come, hoping you feel better or just good enough to do the things that you love again. Spend your energy wisely. Do audits of your life. Write lists of things that are draining you, whether that be habits or environments or people, and start weeding them out. Energy is finite and should be poured into things that pour back into you. So take less shit, protect your energy, and don't let others abuse it. 2. Your body will make boundaries for you if you don't make them yourself. I feel like we like to think of our bodies as machines that we can keep pushing with no consequences. Like pushing yourself past exhaustion, keeping toxic relationships, working yourself to the bone for a job. All because we're either too afraid, too stubborn, or too self critical to set boundaries. If you keep burning the candle at both ends, you will get sick. Burnout, mental illness, physical illness, autoimmune disease. Your body is not separate from you. It is your home and you need to care for it. 3. Most of the pressure that we feel is self created. Pressure to be productive, pressure from social media, comparing ourselves to others. When you zoom out, all of it becomes meaningless. Society thrives on self pressure. It fuels insecurity, it makes us work harder and feel like we're not good enough, and buy another product. Becoming bedbound with my only connection to the outside world being my phone and social media, I realized how dangerous and how truly awful this is. The things that I used to care and worry about so much really do not matter in the grand scheme of things. So give yourself grace. Most of the time, we're fighting this impossible battle of expectations that shouldn't have been put on you in the first place. I didn't realize how much pressure I was putting on myself, but when you're suddenly not able to do anything, you realize how much of your identity is tied to doing something. Where you are is good enough, the way that you experience life is valid, and most importantly, you are the most important person in your life. 4. What people think about you matters way less than you think. I spent so much time caring about what other people thought of me when they genuinely don't care, and if they do, they probably don't matter in your life. I caught myself thinking, why am I caring about opinions or advice from people whose lives I wouldn't want to live? Whether that be them being unhappy, unfulfilled, or just unkind. For the most part, people are way too busy worrying about themselves. I started posting videos as kind of an exposure therapy because I was scared of what people would think, and guess what? No one cares. And the people who matter to me are extremely supportive about it. I posted myself crying on the internet, and if you told me that months ago, I would have profusely cringed. But again, nothing happened, and now it's my most viewed video. So just do what you want. The people that resonate with you will find you, and the people that don't matter. 5. The way that you look is the least interesting thing about you. Society puts so much emphasis on your appearance, but when you lose the energy to be able to maintain it, or even to be seen, it all kind of crumbles and your self identity is called into question. I know you've heard it's what's on the inside that counts a billion times, but you don't feel it for yourself, like towards yourself, until you're forced to. The things that make me who I am are my strength and my resilience, my humor, my talents, my passions, my kindness, and a billion other things before my appearance. We all lose our looks one day due to age, illness, or something, conventionally speaking. But the things that stay are your mind, your integrity, and your character. Those are the things that matter. 6. Small things are huge. When your life becomes so small, the small things become so big. Being able to feel sunlight or share a meal with a friend. I used to sit out on my balcony and look at the people walking by on the sidewalk. And I used to think to myself, one day that's going to be me. That's going to be me one day. And months later, when I was able to walk outside again, I cried after. Something that would have been so insignificant for me prior became so monumental. Small kindnesses have become a lot more meaningful too. It can be someone checking in on you, giving you a compliment, even petting the neighbor's dog. Kindness is such a small thing to give, but it can mean the world to someone else. And the things that make life meaningful are usually very small and very human. Kindness, presence, and being there for somebody. Because of this, every time I go for a walk, I try and compliment at least one person because I know how much it can mean. I like doing that prior to getting sick, to be honest, though. 7. You can start your life back from scratch at any time. Before this, I had a pretty clear idea of what I wanted my life to be, kind of, but like my identity, my routines, my expectations. And I think most of us assume that our lives are going to follow the path that we set out on, but suddenly the life that I thought that I had wasn't there anymore. My routines crumbled, the identity that was connected to things I can do with my body fell away, the gym, travel, making music and art, and my independence was gone because I needed help with everything. You realize that life isn't fixed and you reconsider what you actually want it to look like going forward. To be honest, I don't think I would even want my old life back now if it was offered. I've let go and grieved what I thought I wanted and what I was supposed to have, which is very difficult. But at any point in your life, you are allowed to start over and create a life that fulfills you. My changes were forced upon me, but you don't have to wait for something catastrophic to happen to make those changes. Whether that be career or relationships or relocation, you are allowed to change things. And it is in my firm belief that nothing is out of reach if you just take it day by day. Lastly, life is more fragile than we pretend it is. From one second to the next, your foundations in life can change. Stability is an illusion that we create to feel like we're in control of something. Nothing in life is guaranteed, but that's also a good thing in terms of change for the better. It sounds insane and very toxic positivity of me to be like, appreciate the grass and the birds and the ability of walking. And honestly, I would have rolled my eyes if you told me any of this 2 years ago, but there is truth to it. Life is meant to be lived and cherished and experienced, so do it while you're able. In closing, my experience is something that I would not wish on my worst enemy, but I'm grateful for some of the lessons that it's taught me. And if there's one thing that I hope that you take away from this video, it's don't wait for something difficult to remind you of what's important to you. I know this is very self help, do the thing, but do the thing. Do the roar. That's all my notes. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm quite tired, so I'm gonna go take a nap now. There's hundreds and hundreds of other things that I can talk about on this topic, but these were the most prevalent and most important. And again, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!